Hey guys, how's it going? It's Kevin here, and I have the review of the DB Logic EP-100 earphones. First of all, I'd like to thank DB Logic for sending these earphones out to me for review. Go ahead and check them out, guys. They have a pretty cool website. It's dblogic.com. Again, link in the description below, so go ahead and check them out, support them a little bit. As you guys will see, these are great earphones. So first, just to get on with the review of these headphones, first you will notice this small black disc. And this disc is actually the carrying case. You can see it has the DB Logic logo on both the front and the back, and it is a type of case where you can just open like this, and your earphones are tucked inside. I really do like this case. It does keep your earbuds relatively organized while they are in your pocket, in your bag, what have you. So basically, to start off, you'll see that the EP Logic earphones are pretty much like any other earphones on the outside, but when you get to the innards and the actual sound quality itself, they are a lot different, and that's what separates them from the pack. First of all, you will notice that you have a gold-plated 3.5mm audio jack. Again, you just plug this into pretty much any standard audio port and you will get music. There is no mic ring or no mic connection on this, as you can tell, and so this doesn't obviously have a mic or any type of button management that you can play, press, pause, forward, whatever. You can adjust volume, etc., etc. So as you make your way down the 1.2 meter cord, which is 4 feet for all you US people, you will make your way to the yoke, which I'm not sure why is this big, but you know, it's just how it is. DB Logic logo again. You also have this slider here, which will help manage your earphones to make them a little bit more organized. Then you get to the actual earphones themselves, and you will see on each of the flat panels on the back of each earbud, there is an L or an R to indicate which ear these go in, obviously. And as you guys can tell from these silicone tips that are the tree shaped, these are in-ear earphones, obviously. And so that is nice. Because of these in-ear style earphones, you will get a passive noise isolation type of feature, as in if you're in a noisy environment like I am on a bus every morning when I go to school, this will try to isolate some of the sound so that it kind of reduces that ambient noise, whether it be people talking or engines running if you're in a car or some type of motor vehicle, and just other things in general. So you do get that more connected feel to your music, which is always good, or audio, what have you. So like I said, these do come with these comfortable silicone tips. I have been able to put these in my ears for at least half hour plus, had no problem. The only reason why I had to take them out after half an hour was because I had to go do something and I didn't want to be tied down to earphones all the time. If you're the type of person that has different size ears, you also have these large ear tips, and you also have the smaller ones. So if you have different size ears from the medium ones that are by default on these earphones, you can swap those out with little to no hassle, and you will be on your way with comfortable ear tips. Also, it's important to have the optimal size tip on these earphones so that you get the best in-ear quality in terms of sound and also comfort. Now, the thing that kind of struck me as different with these earphones that made me kind of want to try them out was that DB Logic has this patent pending technology called SPL2. And SPL2 stands for sound pressure limiting technology, I believe. And what this does is, if you guys don't know, the reason why your ears hurt if you turn music up loudly is because the sound pressure generated from the drivers in the earbuds or whatever, what have you, that sound pressure goes into your ear and then makes your eardrum resonate pretty hard, and so that does cause the pain that you feel in your ear. What SPL2 technology does is that it reduces the sound pressure that's coming out of the earphones themselves, and then it reduces that so that your eardrums won't hurt. They won't, I guess, rupture, which is always a bad thing. And so it does reduce the sound pressure to a manageable pressure so that your ears won't hurt. You can listen to it at relatively high volumes. And I wouldn't recommend listening to your music at 100% with these earphones, even though they do say that they do help reduce hearing loss and stuff. I would not recommend it, but it's still there in case you want to have that option available. I think it's pretty cool, although in the cons I will list some of the things that are bad about the SPL2 technology. But pretty much they are pretty good. I can turn my music up way higher than I could before. I can still tolerate, but again, not for long amounts of time. So to get on with this, these are in ear, like I said. You can either put them in directly into your ear like this, or you can like if you imagine that, what side is this? This is the left side. So imagine you're looking forward, you can just loop this behind your ear, put this into your ear, and then loop this behind your outer ear like that, if you can imagine what I'm talking about. You can also just put them directly in, but again, this position doesn't really feel all that natural. It doesn't feel nice, and if you notice, if you put it in this way, and say you're looking at it and you're putting it in from the side here, when you turn around and people in the front, they'll actually see the DB Logic logo in the correct position. And so I'm pretty sure that they're supposed to be behind the ear and loop this around your outer ear. And while this is a pretty comfortable position for it, the only annoyance I have is that sometimes if you bump the cord up, this loop will come over your ear and then it'll be in the front, and then it can, you know, have your earphones be pulled out a little bit easier. Not a huge fan of that, but again, it's nothing too terrible. Also, the DB Logic EP-100s come in different colors. They come in the Barracuda Blue, which is the color you see here. I'm really big fan of blue, if you guys don't know that. But they come in Barracuda Blue, as you see here. They also come in a Big Apple Red, a Green Shamrock, Pink Valentine, Quicksilver, and Orange Tiger. So you have 6 different colors to choose from, depending on what your favorite color is, or if it just matches your personality, if it matches your eyes, whatever. So you just have those 6 options available for the EP-100s. Like I mentioned before, they do come with that durable carrying case, so if you are the type of person that throws your earphones around, you can stick them inside and you will have no problem. They won't be damaged that much, as long as you don't, I guess, like drop it off a 100-foot cliff or something. But then you'd have other problems. So the durable carrying case, I like that. It does, as I said before, keep your earbuds relatively managed in your pocket or in your bag. The other the pro I'd like to mention, and that's the biggie, is that the price. Now, historically, earphones are relatively cheap, and the more expensive ones, like the iBeats from Beats by Dre, I guess I should say Beats by Dre, but from Monster, the iBeats or Just Beats, wait, Just Beats aren't earbuds. Whatever. So I think the iBeats from Monster Cable, those are like $120 plus in-ear earphones. These are $30, and by no means am I saying that these are just as good as the iBeats, but for $30, they do have a pretty good sound quality. Again, they're not the best sound quality in the world, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure the iBeats probably beats them, haha, in terms of quality. But for $30, I can't really complain about these earphones. Compared to something like the Apple earbuds that are $30 and are extremely overcharged for the quality that they put out, the DB Logic EP-100s are a very good alternative if you're looking for earphones that are relatively cheap, again, $30 US, and you want to just have earphones that sound really good. You do get deep, rich bass if you so want that. If you don't want bass, it does pull back a little bit, so that it's not as bass heavy, but it is EQ'd for bass, as most people are bass heads these days. The other types of things, like, for some reason I have the heavy bass as a con because it's not a flat EQ. Some people like flat EQ, so if you're the person that doesn't like heavy bass, these earphones may not be for you. But if you use an equalizer, which isn't always the best option, you can try to get rid of that heavy bass, but the bass is definitely there if you want that. As I mentioned before, the SPL2 technology, it does have its pretty good aspects of it, but the only bad thing, actually it's not the only bad thing, but things that I've noticed, once you turn your volume up past about 85 to 90%, you will hear the SPL2 kind of activate. And now DB Logic claims that the SPL2 is always on and you don't have to turn it on, doesn't waste any batteries. While the battery part is true, you don't need batteries for these, it's not always on. And I can tell that because once you turn it up past that 85 to 90% volume level, you will hear that the sound quality will become a little bit more muddy. It will become a little muffled. You will also decrease in volume a little bit, and I'm pretty sure that is when the SPL2 kicks in, because if you actually go from 50% and then quickly turn it up to 100%, you will get that really loud music, but then you'll hear it soften up a little bit, and that's when I think the SPL2 kicks in to try to protect your ear. And while the SPL2 technology itself is a pretty good idea and is pretty effective in keeping the fidelity of the music, it does get a little bit muffled, but it's nothing too huge, as I generally do not play my music that loud, and neither should you. Also, the direct insertion of the earbuds into your ear straight down isn't really the most comfortable position. As I mentioned before, the looping behind the ear is the better option. And so all in all, I would definitely recommend these earphones to a friend. These are some of the best earphones that I've used. And for $30, I really couldn't be more satisfied. They offer what they say. They are very comfortable. I would definitely recommend it. Again, guys, check out their website. It's dblogic.com. Link in the description below if you want to go check them out. So again, I want to thank dblogic for sending these earphones out to me for review. If you haven't already, feel free to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.